Hey, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the most important female mindset that makes guys chase. That if you develop this mindset, you will automatically become more attracted to guys. And the mindset is this: the willingness to walk away. Now, what's the opposite of the willingness to walk away? The fear of losing the person, the fear of them walking away from you. You see what I'm saying? In other words, you fear that if they walk away, you're going to lose something. That's going to be a part of you that's going to be inherently empty. At least that's the illusion that your mind creates. And so what happens then is that your body begins to react as though it's losing a literal limb. So you know what's going to occur? You're going to feel fear. You're going to feel insecurity, anxiety, and you're going to feel needy. And what's going to happen is that that's going to make the guy push you away more, or he's going to be more, his behavior is going to be more based on using you as an ego boost. So he's not going to really treat you as a person, but as someone that he can use to increase his ego. You see? So this mindset, developing this mindset is very easy. Now, in terms of easy, I'd say this easy in terms of the steps. Now, the process of it is painful. So that's the only part that's not easy. But doing it is easy, all right? So let me show you how to do it, all right? So the first step you have to do is first realize your neediness. So when you're talking to someone, anyone in your life, anyone that you deem important, notice the neediness that you experience. Notice the subtle anxiety that your mind creates when it thinks of them leaving you. You see, for example, like if you're talking to a guy, in my experience, when I used to talk to a girl, I would approach her and I would notice that there's a certain part of me that says, please don't leave, please don't leave. And when I notice that she's losing interest, like a little subtle interest, you know what happens? I go into my head and I try to think of something cool to say. Like I try to say, well, I have a YouTube channel, or I'll try to sound cool or masculine, right? And so that happens because I'm noticing that she is losing attraction, right? So the willingness to walk away is all about this. It's all about saying, you know what? If you don't meet my standards, I'm willing to walk away. And the person has to feel that, because this is something that cannot be faked. It cannot be faked. So a way to develop this is to literally stop deriving self-esteem from men. All right. So in order to do that, you have to first notice the stream of self-esteem deriving from men's validation. So notice where you derive your self-esteem from. Notice the energy that you receive when you get likes on Facebook, when you get likes on Instagram. Notice the energy, the surge of confidence that you experience when you get guys' attention, when guys begin to pay attention to you, right? And just notice that surge of confidence arising, and notice that surge of confidence leaving. The first step is awareness of the experience. So what happens now is that you begin to see where you derive your self-esteem from. You begin to see where you derive your happiness from. And then this is what you have to do. You have to stop deriving your self-esteem from that, right? For example, it's not that I'm telling you to stop talking to guys. No, but to talk to guys. But then notice the compulsion to say something to get self-esteem. And then stop whatever that emotion tells you to do. You see what I'm saying? So for example, if I'm talking to a girl, I'm like, "Yo, what's up, girl?" Right? And you're like, "Hey, what's up?" And if I feel needy, I'm gonna say, "By the way, you know, I have a nice YouTube channel." What I do is in that moment, I'm talking to her. "Hey, what's up, girl?" "Hey, what's up?" My mind says, "Tell her how awesome you are because you feel needy." I'm like, "So what are you up to today?" You see, like you don't feed that neediness. You don't feed it, right? And rather than trying to think of something else to say so that you can feel better, you allow yourself to experience that need, the compulsion to impress, the compulsion to increase the way that people perceive you. Because right by doing that, you're starving it. But the beauty about it is that what arises from that is something that's extremely surprising, and that's peace. Because you're gonna notice that when you surround the feeling and the compulsion to get validation through, when you surround it with acceptance, which is to say, when you just see it, feel it, and don't act on it, it'll slowly turn from resistance, from desire to get validation, to acceptance and peace. Suddenly, from that place of peace, happiness arises from that. You see, the feeling of peace allows happiness, or peace, which is happiness is just comes from stimulation, but it allows peace to flow through that. So what occurs from that is that, guys, you don't need guys no more. You break off the addiction because you needed guys. You weren't willing to walk away in the past because your life depended on it. Your sense of self depending on the guy's validation. So you gotta allow yourself to experience that neediness. You see? Now, in this other situation where you cannot leave, You see, like where you're not willing to walk away because you guys are in a relationship or you guys are in a marriage. What I would tell you is to find other sources of support in your life. Find other people who you could support yourself around. Make more friends, make more acquaintances. Start surrounding yourself with people so you can have a support system so that he doesn't just become your source of happiness, so that you're more willing to walk away. But the most important thing is to change your focus of awareness from him into where your neediness is, and that allows you to become your own source of positive emotions. It's that simple, you see. But the key is to see yourself deriving happiness from him. See yourself feeling not willing to walk away. Listen to the thoughts that arise from the neediness telling you, I'm saying to yourself, please don't leave. Please, what can I do to make him like me? What can I do to make him stay? Notice the action that causes you to want to keep him in your life. There's nothing wrong with wanting a guy to stay in your life, but there is something wrong with needing a guy to make you happy, because that causes you to compromise your values, because you'll say, if I leave, I won't be happy. And the decision to stay will be obvious. So as a result, you're not going to be willing to walk away. You're going to beg him to stay, even if he's telling you, I don't need you, I don't want you. You see? That's what you got to do. You got to observe that neediness inside of you. You see? And for those people who are in difficult situations, like in abusive relationships, then you got to get out. You got to get more support from your family members and people around you. Now, if you're in a situation that you cannot leave, if you're in a situation where you feel like you have no support from your family members, but you say to yourself, how can I deal with this? Then guess what? There's nothing you could do. Nothing you could do. So what do you got to do then? You have to surrender to the situation. Do what you can and surrender what else you can't. You see what I'm saying? For example, if you're stuck in a situation, if you're stuck in traffic, do what you can to get out of traffic. But there's a point that you cannot do nothing else because you're in traffic. So what do? You just surrender to the situation. Try your best, do what you can, but surrender to the situation. Don't offer any resistance. That means that you're late to work, you know you're late to work, but then you say, you know what, fuck it, I'm late to work. There's nothing I could do. Immediately, the situation and the way that you perceive the situation relaxes. So now, it's not just a willingness to walk away physically, but also a willingness to walk away spiritually, which means you're able to let go. So you're able to let go of the story. You're able to let go of your mental projection and say, you know what, I can't do nothing about this. I have to accept it, and peace will arise from that. Does that make sense? I'm telling you, a lot of women, a guy's sense when the woman's not willing to walk away. The way you sense that is that she changes her opinions when you're around her. She tries to sound, you can sense that she's trying to look cool and trying to be something that she's not. Nothing wrong with that, it's kind of flattering. But generally, you can sense that. And the way that you stop this behavior is to first observe the initial trigger that activates the behavior. You see, become very aware of your inner emotional state when the pattern of that behavior arises, so it doesn't catch you by surprise. You see? Anyways, I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I will make another video on this so that it can make more sense, all right? Tell me if it did in the comments below, please, because I'm listening to it, and a lot of times I make videos and I think it doesn't make sense. When I listen back, it does make sense. Anyways, it's Alex from mindfulattraction.org. If you guys want one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org/endthegamecoaching. If you guys want to attend my, no, that's it, man. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.